All right, what's going on, everyone? This is Zen here, and I hope you're having a great day. I know some of you looked at the title and you're like, "What, Zen? What are you even talking about? What's the theory here?" So I'm gonna drop a like first. Drop a like. I'm about to hit you up with a nice theory, maybe.
You will never amount to anything. We shall see.
All right, here we go. So I know everyone is hyped for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming in to No Way Home. What if this movie is truly setting up for the future Spider-Man? Okay. And what I mean by that, in the comic books, in the Ultimate Universe, we had Miles Morales and he crossed over into the 616 universe as a mainstay version of Spider Man. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but what I am saying is that what if, since we're doing this whole multiverse, and then there's the multiverse of madness and all these things multiversal, right? What if, towards the end of the movie, right? Since there's a lot of Sony and all these different companies and movies are kind of like merging together with the MCU. What if towards the end of the movie we get a snippet of Miles Morales from listen, what if we get Miles Morales from Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse? That version of him falls through a portal and he materializes as a real person.
What did he say?
What if? I know that sounds super far-fetched, but what if all of these movies, right? All right, the Into the Spider-Verse movie number 2 hasn't come out yet. So this is where I think my theory is gonna it's gonna lag, right? But what if it doesn't happen in No Way Home, it happens at the end of Spider-Man 2. I mean Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the second movie, where he falls through another portal. All the Spider-Man come together. They fall falls through a portal trying to get back home. And then he ends up in, we don't see where he ends up, right? But we see he ends up in a real plane of existence, right? Where he looks like me or you. And if they were to do that, we don't need to introduce Miles Morales, right? All we need to do is just watch the Into the Spider-Verse movies, which is a really great movie, and we have the inclusion of Miles Morales. He wouldn't be an animated version, he would be a real version, right? And maybe we don't see him for many movies. We see him for probably like 2 movies, right? Because he's trying to find his way back home, right? And he works alongside uh, um, our Spider-Man, right? And it's not, he doesn't work alongside him in the sense of the mentor, right? Because in Into the Spider-Verse, he already has the Spider-Man who was his mentor. But what if he's around the same age as our Spider-Man, right? And they're both teaming up together. I'm just saying. I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think it sounds good. If you don't think it sounds good, then got you. But it's a way that they can include um Miles Morales without having to start over, right? Just saying. If they were to do something like that where they take an
Jesus
animated
Christ.
movie and use that as part of their multiverse to then bring him into a real verse, right? So to speak, where it's flesh and skin, right? Through the process of an actor, that would be like when I say that Disney will be at the forefront of story and movie telling, they will be. Sony too, right? Is Into the Spider Verse by Sony? I don't even know. Are they Into the Spider Verse 2? It's in 2022, right? So we might not see what I was talking about, but um, who's that made by? That's what I'm looking at. If it's made by Sony, then we have
100 years later.
for it right now, guys, because if we have this possibility, then we can see Miles Morales coming into our world. just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, I know it sounds super far-fetched. It is a Sony. It's Sony Pictures. So it probably won't happen the way I said it, right? It won't happen in the order of it happens in No Way Home, right? It might happen in Into the Spider-Verse 2. He falls through a portal trying to get back home, but instead, because they're still in the multiverse of everything during the MCU times with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, that he ends up going into the MCU universe, and as he's falling through the portal, he becomes real, right? A real person. Boom. If it happens, you heard it here first. Just saying. And if it doesn't happen, it was nice to think about it. Miles Morales. I know some of you are like, Miles Morales, that's not Miles Morales. Yeah, that's him wearing a Captain America suit for the 80th anniversary, right? Yeah. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that theory. If it sounds whatever, or if it sounds cool, right? It's fun to theorize. That's why I wanted to upload this then talk, because I just thought about it, and I was like, oh man, gotta upload it because I think it sounds cool. But you guys might be like, oh man, Zen, ugh. That doesn't really sound that cool. But I think it sounds cool. But anyway, this is Zen here from Zen Multiverse. I hope you dropped a like because I'm not poaching for likes, but you know, the algorithm, we gotta work with the algorithm. I'm on the road to 1,000,000 views. Some of you are watching this video and talking about, Zen, you only have like 12 you're not even at 1,200 subscribers yet. I will get to 1,000,000 with your help. Later, everyone.